Hello YouTube. Welcome back to my channel. We are just over 4 weeks out and we are looking like it. It's the time of prep where multiple people tell me how tired I look, but that's okay. I have been a little bit MIA. My last video was 7 weeks out. Just got back from a road trip with my besties. I didn't end up vlogging the trip, which I'm honestly kind of mad at myself for because it would have been good content, but I decided to just like be present. I think that's what I needed. Kind of mad at myself for not doing that, but happy I was able to be present with my best friends. But yeah, we are just over 4 weeks out. Road trip went really well. I'm very proud of myself for how I handled that. If anyone wants any like more traveling tips than what I provided with my little Calgary vlog, let me know in the comments below. I have one last little mini lake trip next week before I am staying put until show day. But I am going to end up vlogging that one so I can show a little bit more of that. But yeah, got home, unpacked, threw myself into client check-ins today. Now I am here to squeeze in my leg day before I have a family dinner tonight. They will be accommodating my food. They're making chicken and veggies and stuff for me, prep friendly, which I'm very grateful for, but I have to go crush a leg day. Prep updates. I hit a new low yesterday. Yeah, I had a new low yesterday on our travel day of 116.1, so I ended up dropping 1.1 pounds while on vacation, which I am very proud of myself for, but I am feeling it. I'm feeling tired. I'm also entering my luteal phase. So when I'm on prep, I really notice the difference in my different menstrual phases. When I'm outside of prep, I don't really notice the difference that much, but when I am in prep, I really notice when I dip into that luteal phase. My training feels harder, energy levels are lower, recovery feels lower, all to be expected. I'm going to go into this training session and not let that get to me though, because being able to train hard is, I've learned over the years anyways, is a lot more of like a mental game than people think. I have someone pulling up in a truck right now, so I hope that they don't judge me. We're in the last like little push. We are officially 30 days out right now. So the goal is to make sure that I am at least maintaining all of my numbers. I may not necessarily be in a position to hit a bunch of PRs right now, but the goal is to make sure that I'm not injuring myself and that I'm at least maintaining my numbers. So that is going to be the goal this session. So I don't usually like pre-workout. I think it's a waste of money. I like having my caffeine, like one energy drink a day or one coffee, but desperate times call for desperate measures. So cheers. Holy shit, that was sour. This is my all-time favorite pre-workout though. The 5 times a year I do take pre-workout, it's gonna be batch. Anything orange creamsicle, sign me up. But okay, I've blabbed long enough. Let's go crush this leg day. So my priming movement that I'm starting out with is a B-stance RDL. I am focusing on keeping full foot pressure here, and I'm actually rotating into my working leg so that I can focus on creating hip internal rotation. This is important for me because I actually have one leg that is internally rotated and one hip that is externally rotated due to bikini posing. So I wanted to combat that by helping create internal rotation in both hips before I get into my leg day. Basically, this is important because in order to create hip flexion, which is necessary to stretch the glutes, you need to be able to get your hips in internal rotation. Heading into hip thrusts, I am starting out with 2 warm-up sets with light weight with 15 reps before I get into my 2 heavy sets, and then I have a back off set with 20 reps and 10 pulses. So this is my heavy set. 1 out of 2 of those sets, I'm doing 6 to 8 reps and I'm doing 340 pounds here. This is probably where I'm going to maintain over the next little bit since energy is low. And honestly, harder than the heavy sets is the back off set where I'm doing 20 reps and then I'm finishing it with 10 pulses. This one is crazy, but it gives you the craziest pump. And even though I hate it, I also love it. And you can just see the pain on my face here. Now I'm heading into some glute hyper extensions here. The goal is to try and pull yourself up with your glutes rather than your lower back. This is a great movement for building your hamstrings and then for that glute med, so that upper and outer glute shelf that they really look for in the bikini division. Heading into another great glute meat builder is some crisscross kickbacks. I love this movement. I think it is fantastic, and it's also a great substitution if your gym doesn't have a machine abductor. Now, I often see glute kickbacks performed wrong where people are using a lot of momentum with their body. So rather than using their momentum and trying to kick their leg as high as possible, I like to imagine my leg is more of like a windmill where I am just lifting my leg up until I feel that glute contract at the top, and I'm holding that 1 second contraction. Now we're heading into some lying hamstring curls. This is a movement that I see performed with a lot of momentum and really quick tempo, and you really want to slow this movement down. So what I'm thinking of is I am thinking of driving my hips and my glute into the pad as far as possible with each movement so that I'm not lifting up with my lower back and I'm lifting up with my hamstrings. Another muscle group that they want to see more definition in is the upper hamstring, so that glute hamstring tie-in. They really look for that in the bikini division. So after doing my 10 full reps, I'm doing 10 half reps where I'm only doing the upper portion of the movement, and that's going to help me target my upper hamstring. And then heading into some rope hammer curls. So I actually have 2 sets of bicep curls and 2 sets of cable tricep extensions at the end of this workout. Bikini doesn't really emphasize your arms, so I'm more so just doing this to maintain the bicep and tricep muscles that I have. And then I'm heading into some body weight single leg hip thrusts to really burn my glutes out. They look easy, but they are hard. I'm doing 20 reps per leg, and I'm doing 3 sets of this. So by the end of this workout, and by the time I get to this point, my glutes and hamstrings are toast. So these are a struggle. Watching this back though, I could probably get a little bit more hip extension at the top, just so that my body is a flat board, but that is why we record ourselves. And I'm finishing off this workout with 2 sets of 12 to 15 tricep extensions with the V-bar. I love tricep extensions. I don't do much arm work, but these are always a good time. Overall, I'm very happy with where my physique is at right now. Last week when this was recorded, I think I was at 116, so I'm probably a pound or 2 away from where we need to be, which will come off once we cut out sweeteners, bring down inflammation, and all of that jazz that's involved with peak week. I didn't get a chance to check in with you guys after my workout because I was running behind. I had to get home for a family dinner. My boyfriend's family walked over with my food scale in hand, and they are amazing. They totally accommodated me. They made like chicken, plain potatoes, like some veggie and whatnot. So I was able to participate and weigh and track everything out, which was awesome. But I am just getting home after that, just finished off some client check-in. So it's been a busy day to say the least. And I think that my little prep update when I was in the car was probably chaotic because I was feeling a little bit scatterbrained. There was someone in the car watching me too, so that definitely made me a little bit nervous. I'm working at getting better at that. So I wanted to give a little bit of a better prep update, but in regards to my training, with being 4 weeks out, the goal now, especially as my body is becoming more fatigued, I usually find that between now and peak week is the hardest. That's because food is the lowest. You're usually the most hungry, you're usually the most fatigued, and you are definitely at a very lean like body fat percentage. So all of that is playing a role, and this is definitely the first week, also with the travel that I had, but this is definitely the first week where I am feeling it a little bit more. I checked in yesterday and I said I wasn't that hungry, but I am definitely feeling a little bit more hungry today, and I'm definitely tired and whatnot. Yeah, so all to be expected for being officially 30 days out today. So with training, the goal now is to not necessarily be going into my training sessions and like smashing a bunch of PRs. I have put in the work in my off season and all the way up until this point to hit those numbers. Now, obviously, that doesn't mean I'm necessarily backing down on training intensity. I'm just adjusting things accordingly based off of where I'm at. So the last thing that I need to be doing is getting injured right now. So my goal over the next few weeks leading up to show, especially again when I am most fatigued and whatnot, is to do my best and fight my hardest to maintain those numbers that I have progressed to over the last few weeks, and just make sure that I'm focusing on other ways of proper training. So tempo is a really big one, especially when you are fatigued. It can be really easy to just want to like rush through your training and like get through those sets. So I'm going to be really focusing on my tempo, even if my weights and my reps stay the same over the next few weeks up until show number 1. My training intensity is still going to be there because I'm going to be fighting tooth and nail to maintain those numbers. And if I do have to back down on any weight, again, it's going to be more so because my body's fatigued. It's going to be a little bit just to accommodate with where I'm at. But I'm going to do my best to maintain these numbers and just really focus on like my tempo and my execution and my form and whatnot. So that's what I did in my leg day today. I didn't necessarily hit any, I think I hit like 1 PR actually. It wasn't as bad as I thought, but I really just tried to focus on like my form and my execution, as you could hopefully see in my training clips. Working with my coach Brandon and my friend over the last almost 3 years has completely elevated my training. Obviously, as a trainer myself, I did understand the importance of like exercise selection and progressive overload and whatnot, but I never really truly understood it until I went through it firsthand. And he taught me to train hard and to train properly and to push past my limits and to get comfortable training within close proximity to failure, and also not just focusing on form, but really focusing on like tempo. He always says that tempo is progression. So since I really elevated my training over the last few years, it has made the world of a difference in my ability to build muscle and just see progress in my physique. And it's also just been super empowering. I'm finally at a place like 8 or 9 years in my health and fitness journey where I'm like, okay, I'm actually jacked and proud but never satisfied. Always the goal is more, but I'm really proud of where I've come in the last few years, and I'm still forever a student when it comes to all of this. Same with training, and I think that's how you always should be. There's always so much to learn, and nobody is a genius in this. There are a lot of smart people out there, but it's really cool to just kind of just see my progression with this. And that's what a lot of people forget, or a lot of people expect them to be at like 100% with their training as soon as they start training, when in reality it took me years to actually get to a place where I can say that I train properly and I train hard. So if you are just starting out in the gym, try and remind yourself of that like training is a skill. A lot of people forget that. Just like when football players go onto the field, it takes them years of perfecting their craft. Same with basketball, swimming, like any type of sport. It's not something that you are going to be amazing at on day one. Probably not even within a few years into it. It's going to take time, and it's going to take time to see the fruits of that hard labor. Just because you're going into the gym and you're moving weight doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to even see that hard work come to surface, because you need to learn how to actually train hard and to train properly. So that's my little tangent on training. If there's anything specific that anyone would like to see in regards to training, through my YouTube, I am by no means an expert. I am always learning with this, but please let me know. I can definitely do more of these little voiceovers. My goal, because I kind of went over the last few weeks, things have been busy, but my goal up until show day is to get video out at least a week. I want to try and do 2, but I'm going to again make realistic goals. That's something that I tell my clients to do all the time. So I'm going to stick to do that, or aim to do that. I've been having fun with this so far with only my 3 videos, and I really appreciate the positive feedback from a few of the comments. Like obviously external validation feels good for anyone, but especially when you're navigating like foreign territory, like something like YouTube, it's always nice to see that like someone's enjoying the video or even just taking value from it. That's my goal with this page, is to try and give value through my own journey and like my knowledge and what I've been through. So thank you so much for that. Oh, and I hired my friend Josh Barr. He is going to be coming to Saskatoon for my show number 1, Golden Prairie Cup, and he's actually going to be recording the weekend for me and putting together something really special. So I will have a YouTube video dedicated to that. I'm extremely grateful for all of the hard work that he's already put into this. I will also be doing like a shoot to kind of like document like my hard work and whatnot, but that's gonna be really cool. It's definitely outside of my comfort zone having a camera with me for the weekend, but I'm very excited, and I'm excited to support him. He is a very talented creative in Edmonton, videographer, photographer, been in the industry for a while. So I will put his Instagram down in the comments below, and I'm excited to see what we come up with together. So this is going to be the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching. Again, if there's anything training related that you would like to see in regards to this prep, the way that I train, whatever it is, please let me know. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and leave any feedback in the comment section below. I really appreciate it.